live.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not. I told you I wasn't ready.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm kidding.
Well, too late. We're live. Why can't I hear you all of a sudden?
Why can't you hear me? I don't know.
Oh.
You're the guy with the streaming software on his display, ladies and gentlemen. On his display.
Oh.
All right. So, on today's episode of What's the DD? For those of you that don't know, what's the due diligence? We're going to be looking at the brand new VR MMO. It's actually pretty cool. It's being sponsored by a lot of larger corporations like Tesla, Netflix, Amazon, Walmart. Like it is amazing how many people are sponsoring this fucking game. And, the greatest thing about it is that you can get in on the game with a pre-order for as little as like, okay, I don't know, what's the stock for Tesla, like $500 right now?
Yeah.
Basically,
and it's still in beta.
It's still in beta.
Or no, alpha. It's alpha. Sorry.
Okay, it's an alpha, and the greatest thing about it is not only can you gain experience points just like any other VR MMO, it's the only one that can actually drain your bank account.
That's not true. That's not true.
Well, I mean, it's the only one that can do it in a couple of minutes.
In-game cosmetics can do that pretty fast. I don't know.
I've
seen some of these kids.
But, okay, all right, fine. Besides Fortnite, we're talking about the real-life VR MMO.
World of Tanks. That's another one. Won't that drain your bank account?
We're talking about the... What are those stupid civilization games?
No,
what's the guy's name that created them?
Sid Meier.
We're talking about Sid Meier's
yes.
Stock Exchange.
Sid Meier's Stock Exchange.
So be prepared. There's a lot of shit to come in today's episode as we look over Monday morning stocks and this new VR MMO, as well as we throw in our other shit, and be prepared because this week we're divulging into other things besides just stocks for you guys because, we're amazing people. We love to talk. We love to argue. We love to call people unknowingly and be like, yo.
I got a list of laws in states for calling people. So I know which states we can call, which ones we can't without saying nothing.
Perfect. That's perfect. I love it. So then I'm going to let, our co-host here, Jared, take over. Well, of course, I just, No,
not on the keyboard.
Drink my Monster and...
Monster already?
Yeah, I didn't feel like making coffee. And it was in the fridge.
Fair enough.
The missus will probably be pissed.
There's no coffee's been made?
No, because the Monsters are generally hers because I drink coffee.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Delicious.
Not anymore.
You guys don't see me during the next live podcast. My wife did
it. Doink. So, yes, the market. It is a game, right? My dogs going insane is probably an Amazon delivery, I guess.
Ooh, which level did you get on the game before that arrived?
The game of the stock market or Amazon's new game?
I mean, they're both games, so whatever.
They are not a great level. I'm still holding out. My portfolio looks like trash. You can follow along and watch it. Twitter's gone. Got rid of Twitter.
You actually had Twitter?
Got rid of that. Yeah. I jumped into it. I think Friday. I'm not sure. I jumped in. This is not accurate. I jumped out at 4.7%. Gain. I was like, I gotta take it. I'm out of here. And then Booze, Alan Hamilton. That's the percentage of my portfolio. Sorry. So jumped out at like 4.7 on Twitter and 2 around there on Booze. I got off the Booze. Okay, for now. Revisit the
BYOB,
booze.
everybody,
and bring me some too. That's always a nice thing to do for people. So this is the thing, right? eventually Robinhood is going to IPO. And
Ooh.
yeah, right. So, but a lot of people hate Robinhood. They hate him. Bad Robinhood because of GameStop and all this. And a lot of the people in the market, myself included, are more into the market today than they were previously because of things like GameStop and because of things like Robinhood, even though everyone loves to hate on Robinhood. There's jokes about shorting the stock when it comes out, all this kind of nonsense. So here's the deal. Excuse me. When a stock IPOs, you don't get to buy it. A bunch of other people get to trade that stock before it even goes on the market. They get to buy in, and when it comes out, then they make some money, right? So they buy in, and then the stock IPOs, and then they can sell their shares. There's rules to it and all this shit, and who cares? Whatever.
I mean, it
You and
doesn't sound
I,
very fair right now.
it's not very fair. Just like pattern day
So
trading,
these are
it's
these are
not
the
fair.
beta testers before
Yes.
the alpha releases. Got it. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So if you want to get in the closed alpha of a stock, it's an IPO, right? And the big bitch about Robinhood is they gamify the stock market. And then the response to the gamify the stock market, why is that bad? Because it's not a game. It's not a game. Yeah,
I mean, it is.
it is a game, right? And then everyone bitches because they're like, oh, you're getting GameStop. You're gambling. The stock market's not for gambling. Really? Because it appears as though a very large portion of the funds in the market are fucking gambling. I don't know,
I
but
mean, yeah, that seems a bit off. I
right?
mean, I would assume that it would be gambling. I mean, that the stock market is taking a risk. I mean, it's the worst lottery ticket you could ever buy, or it's the best lottery ticket you could ever buy.
It could be the
Like,
worst
there
lotto
should be
ticket.
a lot of gambling laws associated with the stock market, but there's
There are.
not.
There's a whole department. There's a whole
No,
division, the
no. They
SEC.
get they get paid to look away during the alpha, and they only
Oh,
come out when the actual level is supposedly finished by the developers.
well, no, that's the thing.
All in the pockets.
They look even heavier. It's like an alpha that comes out, and only streamers get a key for the game on the IPO. That's the deal with that. Well, Robinhood is doing something called early IPO access. What's it called? Did I write it down? IPO access, which is going to allow you to enter into an IPO before it gets listed on the exchange. So they're basically giving out beta test keys or alpha test keys, I guess you could call it. And coincidentally, they just started doing this. They filed for their IPO March 23rd, right? And there's an estimated value of $40 billion, right? Ooh. Most
For
IPOs
Robinhood?
for Robinhood. Most IPOs drop like a rock when they come out, though. So normally, a bunch of people play it, and then it gets listed, and then us schmucks buy into it, like I did Coinbase, and then it goes, ah! That's the sound it makes.
What a great analogy there.
They didn't pay for good sound effects. They got
Okay.
they
All
got
right.
the ones that I got off of what do you call it? Whatever, who cares? They got Unity sound effects. Unity's publicly traded. Um, just throw that out there, like everyone
Let's
didn't already know. Um,
hey.
but so Robinhood is going to allow people to get into IPOs early. Haven't looked into it too much to see how they're going to go about doing that, but everything about it screams red flags to me, and not because I'm for regulation, because I don't want to lose my money. So I need to really like pay attention and maybe watch some beta testers lose their accounts real quick before I do mine. Hey, sometimes you got
Fair
to
enough.
see a streamer fail to make sure you're okay with the game or not. I'm just saying, it
I
could
mean,
ruin careers.
you're not wrong, you
So
know.
another thing I'm not wrong about, okay, other than the fact that
Uh,
this is gambling, right? It's a game. It is. So people bitching about gamifying the system, what they're doing is they're bitching because they don't want you to play the game. They don't want you in. And this is why. So,
well,
go ahead.
hold on. I mean, you
Mhm.
look at the odds of winning the lottery is like 1 in a million as an example, and typically it's more than that because there's so many people playing it. That's why they don't want you in their freaking beta.
Well, no.
Because they know the more people that are in it, the less likely they're going to have to get that enchanted, amazing, mystical item over the other fucker that happened to walk across, stumble, kick a slime, and boom! Chest full of awesome!
Oh, I think it's also because most of them suck.
I mean,
That could be wrong. I don't know.
people
I
suck.
suck. Right now,
People
I
suck.
suck. Right? My
Yeah,
numbers
okay.
suck. So I'm a
Oh,
noob. I'm a noob. And you know, noobs come into games all the time. You know,
Sandbox being a bitch. What's up, Sean?
don't know shit. You know, that's me. I'm the noob, doesn't know shit. But this is what I do know, right? The market is an open world sandbox MMORPG. I have a
Mm-hmm.
case for that. We don't need to go too much into that, but we can say that there's paid level boosting. So I get in
Mm-hmm.
a conversation with a guy today on our Discord, right? And he's like, "Join my
Uh-oh.
Discord. Your Discord is dead. Nobody's in the Discord. I don't care if there's 2 people in that
Oh, is
Discord."
that? I saw some of that conversation.
Now our Discord has a spot. Me and you had this conversation when we started it up that we would have a
Oh, where
spot.
they could self promo. Yeah,
They can
absolutely.
self promo because I'm all for that. I'm all for. Also, here's the thing: you don't need one Discord. You can have up to 100 Discords. I am
I
at
don't know
100.
why you would. The fuck you got 100 discords for?
I'm in a lot of shit, man. I like
I
things.
I'm just saying, like that's like wow.
Well, depending on what game I'm playing, right? I got 3 to 5 per each game. I got other groups that I'm just a member of that I'm interested in. I got a ton of like my brain Epic's Unreal Engine. I got a lot of Unreal Engine discords for different things and other things, news sites and trading discords. I'm in a million trading discords because these people keep trying to get me in their Discord. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll get in. I'll take a look because the more information I can get about this game, just like so when I play an MMO game, there's a few things I want, right? If I'm going to be a member of a group or a clan of people that I'm in or a company or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I'm going to be in that Discord, right? And then I'm also probably going to be in another one of a group of people that I'm friendly with, but not a member of, right? And then probably going to be in the main one for the game, right? And then I'm going to be in a trading one if there's trading involved in the game because I'm a big trader. I like to trade in games, so I'm going to be in that. And then we'll save a 5th one for just some random bullshit that I may get into or may not. So there's 5, right? Did I count that right? It's probably 3. Whatever. Who cares? Numbers don't matter
Mm-hmm.
until they do. And then they do matter. But yeah, so take that with all the games that I play, and yeah, there's a lot of these that I need to get rid of. No doubt. In one for the game, there are a lot
I'm
of
only in 27.
really. Yeah, I'm in 100 and delete one daily, and I would have deleted one to join this guy's, but there's no fucking way I'm going to because he was a douche about it. And it wasn't that he was a douche and that he advertised in the main channel because whatever, people do that. You know what I mean? Text, it's easy to step on people's toes. Games, it is. You know, I can't tell you how many games I've been in, like Apex, where I don't know, maybe I've been off a few bad or I've just had a few bad experiences with people, like someone eating chips in the fucking microphone, you know, and I'm immediately like, God, man, you gotta eat chips in the microphone, and then dude comes and reses me, and you know we're all good, and he pings a Mozambique for me, and it's like, yeah, these guys are actually fucking a-okay. You know what I mean? It's a gold Mozambique because everyone needs one of those,
Oh my
right?
god, those things are so great. So
Are they?
they really are. Yeah. I
I
mean, they're
never find them.
non-existent anymore, but you know.
I find them whenever I have the weapons that I actually want. And so it's like, oh, I'm definitely not. That's not one of them. So, whatever. Anyways, the point is that I forgot what the hell I was talking about. The point that was 100 Discord servers and this guy and different Discord servers. And this is a communication game. This game requires, this is a trading game, right? It is a game. It's heavily based on trading, right? That's the actual mechanics of the game, if you were, right? Now, in between that, there's I think discovery and due diligence of the tickers, you know, the equities that's kind of like the auction house in a game for me. That's the kind of feeling I get, and that's why I like the due diligence part and researching into stuff, because I was already interested in fucking companies anyways, you know. But what was happening before retail traders, before Robinhood, before all these Discord channels, that being in one, you can be in one, you can be in many, and even if you're not in a channel, but you're just in a group with somebody and you guys are talking, look, if you're going to spend money in the stock market, it is helpful to speak to somebody else about the decisions that you are making, have made, or plan on making. Right?
Fair enough.
Now, because of that, there are a lot of people that charge for this. Not what we do, but just in general. Sometimes it's complete bullshit. Sometimes it's helpful. A lot of the groups, they're pump and dump groups, and they just want you to pick the games. You know what I can't stand in a game? I can't stand when I'm playing a game and I got a really good player that's playing with me, but the entire time he's just like, turn left here, send those units here, build this next, buy that next, do this, do that. I'm like, motherfucker, who's playing this game? Get yourself another account, play 2 accounts, and let me play mine. Okay? I don't mind advice, right? To get better, get good, you know, but I don't want someone dictating every move that I make. And that's what a lot of these groups are doing, the pump and dump groups. I bought this at this amount and everyone's getting in on it. And they're telling you, and a lot of them are probably chasing that trade. The same thing that everybody bitches about Robinhood for doing. Robinhood's not free. They're selling order status, right? Well, a lot of these other groups are technically writing on order status as well. They don't have to be, but they are. They tell you to, you know, they buy something that's at $10 and they're like, I just got in this. You better get in before it blows up and you miss out on these massive gains, yo. That's how they talk. You didn't know that probably, but I used a deep learning algorithm to kind of decipher what most common vocal patterns were for pump and dump group.
Right.
Person. That was it. Anyways, so before Robinhood, there were basically these what do they call them? Brokers? Traders? I guess? I don't know what they were. They're like the ones who were in the alpha of the market for a long time. Maybe beta. They were in beta, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, you got to pay these people. You give them $25,000 and then they trade on your money.
Nope.
And you can tell them what you like. And some brokerages, so here's one. Check this out. This is interesting. I tell my brokerage, I go, look, I want to get in Unity software, right? I get in, I don't know, let's say right here, like around 88. Most brokers, when this thing gets up to 176, if it's on my long haul, they're not calling me and telling me, hey, bro, you should take profit. They're just letting you fucking write it until you see it anyways. So a lot of them, with these long-term investors and the ebbs and flows of the whole game that goes up and down, if it's crashing, they're not calling you and telling you. So I talked to somebody who, during the time of COVID, right? And let's just take a look at United Airlines real quick for the sake of argument. And it was affected heavily. Now, I want to know, this is the question I want to know. COVID hits, stock begins to plummet to the ground. How many people who had their funds with a direct broker, how many of their brokers called them and say, hey, we need to get out of this. We're going to buy back in later? And at which point in time would that have been expected or even acceptable to do, right? I don't know. Anyways, so here's the deal. They're paid boosters. You pay them. Then, while they're holding your money, they probably know it's going to be there. They know you're long-term, so you're not selling it unless you call them to sell it, and they know they have a certain amount of that, and they can expect a certain percentage of those people to call and say that they want to sell based off of, you know, all these common numbers, and then they're loaning out your shares. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're just sometimes selling those damn shares, making a profit on it and buying them back, and you're getting the same damn profit that you would have got initially. I don't know. I'm not saying that's legal or that's what's happening. I'm saying I wouldn't put it past
There's a good probability. I mean,
why wouldn't you?
Gambling generally associates crooks. I mean, that's why there's federal regulations and rules and laws, and you know, I mean, like, how are you going to beat the final boss? By taking on all the mini bosses and the side quests and fucking them up before you move on to the big boy of each level. I mean, like, in order to beat dungeon level 1, you need to be well enough. In order to beat dungeon level 10, you need to have beaten dungeon level 1 through 9, unless you're a real kick-ass, individual and you got all the freaking mods and stuff that you need.
Or you paid for a level booster to come in. Some kid sitting in a, internet cafe somewhere in the Philippines is hopping on your account and busting out 5 levels for you real quick, or 10 levels, or you're buying a level 50 account. You can't necessarily buy a level 50 account, but here you can pay for a level booster. You can pay somebody who will trade your money. They're not guaranteed to win, just like a level booster is, and it's even less guaranteed than a WoW level booster, but it's a similar thing. And then you could pay for Discord channels. And I had people ask me, I think you asked me initially, and I've had other people ask me, what's the goal of the Discord? Is it to charge people and to monetize it and stuff? And look, I like money. So I mean, if there's a chance to monetize something, maybe, but not at the expense of what it's actually for. And what it's for is the same damn thing it would be for if we were all playing New World, Amazon's new game. If we're all in a group
to collaborate, to learn, to develop, it is there for you to fucking express why you hate this stock because it just took a shit, and why we shouldn't buy it.
Yeah. Pass the information. Plus, share it.
Plus, we're a talk show, ladies and gentlemen. We talk about a lot of shit.
Talk a lot of shit.
You can talk about anything. A majority of our community and, of course, members in Discord are obviously stock related, and that's okay because people enjoy playing the game. But you know what? Games evolve. That's why we're talking about Robinhood. That's why we're looking at them and their potential IPO, because you know what? When new games come out, people generally shift from one, let's say, I'm sick of this Raymond James game, or I'm sick of this Edward Jones game. I'm no longer paying these Fidelity developers. I want to try that new independent MMO, Robinhood. That's why I'm going to get in on the beta. So there's a lot of different shit we talk about. But you can also see this is why it is related to games, because that's what it is. Whether people want to look at it that way or not, you gotta get that tinfoil hat on. And the movement I'm doing looks like I'm putting a condom on my head, not a tinfoil hat, but that's okay.
Is that how you put a condom on your head?
I mean, I'm thinking so. I don't really know, but we should probably try it on stream once.
Sure. You can handle that.
But,
Well, so, I mean, we've already established that the market is a game, but I would like to reiterate a couple things other than just, so you got paid boosting, right? We know that exists. Everyone who's trading right now, anyone who's in our Discord, there's a million different ways in Twitter, different spaces. If you try and get in and communicate with people, you got this huge percentage of people who want your money. Now, I think that I would rather spend my money on maybe a share of T-Mobile. We'll see. I don't know. Not sure. But then paying somebody. Now, there are some people that are worth paying. It is very likely that I will probably upgrade the TradingView or my Benzinga or tip ranks. These are possible things. There are certain groups, very few, that I have been watching that have been giving me valuable information at no cost to me. And those groups I may actually sign up to be a part of. Not pump and dump groups. I'm talking about trading, groups that actually help with learning additional skill in trading. So we'll call it I don't know, like it's about the equivalent of getting a magazine with an old Nintendo. When you had a Nintendo and you got a magazine, I told you about the Super Mario Brothers 3 and they had all the maps and all that stuff of all the previous people who have played it. So something like that. I'm not against it whatsoever. However, you know, we are all in this game to win. Some people are just into play it, I guess, just like every other game. But this one's very competitive. The market is extremely competitive because money's on the line. So this is not, you know, what's that island game everyone likes? Not
Island game. You
Terraria.
talking about Ark?
No, the island. Everyone's on an island. It's like a pixel game almost. It's like a Nintendo thing. I think everybody likes it. It was really popular during the pandemic. You like plant bushes and build like
Oh,
get
that
cats. I think
fuck.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, it's
It's
on
very popular.
Nintendo exclusive.
Is it exclusive? It was like a
Yeah.
number 2 of the game, I think.
Oh
Number 2.
crap. I didn't see. I'm not a Nintendo guy. I didn't
Me
play
neither.
it. What the fuck?
I don't know. It's very popular when it came out.
I know people that freaking
Still
played
is.
it. Yeah, yeah, and they stream it, and it's
Do they?
yeah.
Today I got a floral pattern on my walls.
Oh my god.
But you
I
think
forget
about
the name.
that, and I'm going to point
I'm
out.
not. Oh my god.
So we got level boosting. We know to be true, right? We got if you paid someone else to play, that's the brokers. Yep, you got leaderboards, right? Just your wallet, in fact, and then things like tip
Animal
breaks and
Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Thank you. Jeez, my brain is like just fried.
That
Animal
took a
Crossing.
moment.
Did. Anyways, so you also have a skill tree in this game. As you learn different ways to trade, ways to look at technical analysis, ways to do your own due diligence, there's a skill tree that's involved, but it's a real life skill tree, unlike my character in WoW that learned all that stuff that when I stopped playing WoW, I lost all that stuff. I mean, he's still there in my character, sure, but like those things didn't really cross. Some stuff, okay, some stuff from games does cross over to real life. I think like fast movements and way of thinking, and I think FPS and strategy games are really great for just in general thinking. But in general, the skills that you get from learning how to trade, they're going to stick with you. They're good, right? You got a storyline. Every company has its own story. Every company has its own story, and if I'm a capitalist, right? It depends on who you talk to, but I'm like a full-blown red-blooded capitalist. I love American business. I love all business, but I like American business. I like creation. I like when people do stuff and they make things, and there's a story to every company that's out there. And there's also like chapters and highlights of things that are happening in that story. And a lot of these candlesticks that you see in this chart reflect those stories, and those stories can sometimes maybe predict what those candlesticks are going to do. So it's interesting. There's a storyline which I just talked about, the auction house, which is the actual trading of the stocks, right? I mean, that's full blown the auction house. There's territory taxes. So I think like a lot of games where you can, as a group, like take control of a section or a territory, and you can get taxes back from it. Um, like Black Desert or the new Amazon game, the New World, they have the similar thing where players come into your town and they do something and get a tax from it. I think dividends are a similar kind of idea
Oh,
to that. It's not exact, but just go with me on it.
I'll
Um,
go with you. I'll go
and
with
then
you.
there's farming, right? You got the actual grind when you go into a game like a Korean MMO or a sandbox game where you got to go in and Minecraft, you got to break down like 50,000. I don't play Minecraft, so I'm not 100% sure, but like on 7 Days to Die, you got to cut down like 70 million trees in 7 days before the zombies come kill you to build your new house and your defenses. So there's farming, because if you get in the crypto side, which I consider crypto to be part of the actual market, they're not the same, obviously, but it is another market, and it is a part of the broader financial markets, right? And so you can actually get some GPUs, you can get yourself some video cards, and you can mine crypto. You can get some CPU miners, you can mine Bitcoin, you can mine Litecoin, which is basically like mining Doge, kind of. Not really, but yeah, I guess it is. So there's farming that can be involved, right? Oh yeah, and if you respawn, it's super expensive. Because if you die in this game, your account gets zeroed out, depending on how much you got in. Whoopsie.
I mean that, yeah.
So that's the thing with this. Robinhood, and it's not just Robinhood. It's also Webull. It's TD Ameritrade. It's E-Trade. It's any retail trading tool that is allowing retail traders to get into the market. And Robinhood, especially though, they consider that Robinhood is gamifying it and making it too much like a video game, and it's bad. I would disagree and think that these people should shut the fuck up. First off. Second, what would they, let's see, what are some things they would rather me put my money into rather than the market? Because they want me to put my money into the market, but they want me to give it to a guy who has a Series 7s to make all my fucking trades and to not call me and tell me or get out of the fucking stock when the market crashes like it did in COVID, or to buy in when the market is screaming due to COVID. Just a friendly call. That's all I ask, right? So, college.
It's not going to happen. You're not going to get that call.
What should I do?
They don't care.
How much is T-Mobile, or how much does college cost? If I want to go to college right now to learn something,
it's really going to depend upon if you're going to community college, if you're going to.
How about a truck driver? How much? Let's see.
Right. I think CDL classes are like $3,500.
Or that sounds
that's
good.
like a training program. Like that's not really college.
$24.
The application is $24.
8,000. There's a lot of numbers involved in this.
So it's a little bit more than what I assumed. But
let's call it $3,400. So
it's at least a semester's worth of tuition, depending upon how cheap the school is that you're going to.
Now, truck driver's probably not a good example because right now, if you get yourself a CDL, there's work for you. There's a shortage in truck drivers right now, and there was before COVID. There was a shortage, and now after COVID, there's still a shortage. So it's not after COVID yet. I'm just saying. Anyways, so. Maybe trade school is not as a good of an example. But let's say if I got a fucking art degree right now and I put my money into that, what would be better for me? If I'm from the ghetto or just a poor income, or I'm trying to pull myself up from my bootstraps, as all the boomers told me to do. I'm not a boomer, by the way, but I'm close. I'm starting to get there. I don't know.
8Ball said no.
No, I'm not a boomer, or no college.
Oh, no, I asked the Magic 8Ball in chat if stocks were a game, and it said that it's leaning towards no.
That's right. It ain't a game. It's real business. It's real work here.
You're going against us, bot. You're going against us.
It's real work. This is work. So if right now I put that money should I put that money into college? How many people bitched about being still in debt from college? If you're still in debt from college, then whatever you did with that money for college didn't pay off the debt, then it has not proven to be a good investment as of yet. Anyways, a lot of people, from what I hear through the grapevine and the media, the fake news media, talking about Wikipedia, of course. And
Wikipedia
Google
ain't fake. I can add anything I want into that.
Yeah. Well, according to the media, a lot of people are not doing what they actually paid to learn how to do. They paid college to learn how to do something, and then they didn't get a job doing that. They got a job doing some other shit, and they're like, "Hey, man, I wanted to do that, but I can't do that. I wasted my money on that because what I'm doing right now didn't require this education. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't know."
I know.
So, college. I'm gonna say that is like their best argument. Now, renting. They don't want me to invest in stocks on Robinhood, but they'd rather me be a renter somewhere. They're okay with my money being used to pay for someone else to buy a property, because that's what renting is. You're buying someone else their home. Working for somebody else at a job is you're buying someone else a business. They start a business, or you're keeping a business going, whatever. Anyways, starting a business. They'd rather me start a business and fail because they want to institute regulation that makes it okay for Amazon to get into the grocery store business. But if I'm a local farmer and I want to sell my goods and services, or my wares, my what are they called? Sundries. If I want to sell my sundries, then they're going to regulate the shit out of me and make it impossible for me to do it. Lottery. They're okay with me playing the lottery. And someone in chat in Discord had mentioned, well, lottery's okay though because it pays for the schools.
I mean, no. So hold on. They said it's okay because it pays for the schools, but what did they say in reference to the stock market?
Well, I'll tell you what they would say on the stock market, and that is any tax that's made on people buying or selling stocks would be a bad idea. Which would be the equivalent of if the stock market was considered a lottery ticket and the stock market was paying for schools. Because I don't think that we should tax the buying and selling of stocks. And that's because I'm buying and selling stocks. However, I do think that the money that I would rather see the average American put, and maybe not the average, but a lot of Americans, a lot of people that you see, when the lotto says it's at X number, whatever that number is, 100 million, I don't know what the number is, that whenever it happens, there's like a bunch of people lined up in 7-Eleven and all I want is a fucking Slurpee and they all got like 7 lotto tickets. What number did I want to pick? Fuck, and they're trying to do technical analysis and due diligence on the stock.
Let me help you with that. DoorDash now delivers 7-Eleven.
Does it really? Yes.
I mean, it does in our area.
I will. There's no 7-Eleven out here, but if there was, I'd order a Slurpee right now. I would like 2 Slurpees. The laziest thing in the world was me using DoorDash to order Starbucks on a Saturday morning. And the most expensive, when you rack up $50-$60 from Starbucks for just like a Saturday morning because you don't want to drive down the road. And then it takes longer than it would have taken you to drive. Anyways.
I mean, I understand this, but hear me out.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You did not have to get out of your house.
Yes. I bought time. They say you can't buy time, but I bought time. Someone else went and did what would have took me an amount of time, and I was able to spend that amount of time doing something different. I purchased time.
You know what we need? We need a DoorDash yard work service.
That's
just fucking just like a DoorDash yard service, guys. I'm not even joking. Like, you could make a shit ton of money off of this.
That's what that company was. That was doing the installing the stuff that you didn't like because they're robbing the old people.
Okay, but that was appliances and like fixing appliances and moving appliances. But I'm specifically talking about yard work. Yard work. Okay,
it's yard work.
Like, you could specifically be like, all right, look, I got a front and backyard, and like I got $30. Come get it done. And then whoever is on that list is like, shit, I'll take the $30. Allow the person to throw in the bid themselves. I mean,
they already have it, and it's something that, look, I have not been working on. I have not been working on a yard service, but I have been working on something similar for a good portion of my life, basically. Which is sad now that I say it out loud. And it's gonna come through. It's gonna go through, and you'll see a dominant force from it probably come out this year. I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about that another time when it comes around. But you will see basically like a handyman type Uber, or even just small project construction type Uber type deal. Anyways, so first off, the stock market is a game. We have established this, right? Mm-hmm. We are playing the game, and so therefore we should play it like a game, and also understand that there will be people who are already involved in the game and people not involved in the game that are going to shit on you playing the game or how you decide you want to play the game. That you just have to accept. There are going to be a lot of streamers that play this game that are going to rush off and leave your ass behind, and then they're going to die, and then they're going to bitch because you weren't right behind them and ask you to come save them, right?
How come you didn't res me?
And I'm talking about you, Wraith players, right? Because it's still, even after all the memes, you would think that they would stop using Wraith at that, right? No,
they're dumb.
I guess. And what's sad is some of them are really good, and it's like, fuck, if you would have just stuck with the fucking team or stuck with the fight we were in instead of going off and taking another fight in the middle of that one that's way over there. Why'd you? That guy's so far away. We're here fighting right now. Anyways,
it's like it makes sense though. I mean, even using that analogy with stocks, it makes sense because you have that one guy in the company. Damn it, Dave. We were over here working on Bob's plan.
Yep.
Shit started to hit the fan, and you're over there in La La Land snorting your lines and fucking buying SpaceX and investing in Elon's Neuralink and all this stuff. What the hell? And while, Bob and his other team members are drowning in whatever, of course, level they couldn't surpass, Dave's over here, happy as can be, off his lines of, we're not going to mention what, playing with SpaceX and pretending that he can fly.
Yeah. Fuck Dave.
Who's having a good time? No, fuck that. I'm with Dave. He's having a great time.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's enjoying.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
Oh, fuck Dave. So, Robinhood, it's going to IPO soon. And I have a feeling what we're going to be seeing really soon is Robinhood is going to show up sooner. And it's going to show up underneath the IPO Access. Think that's kind of a no-brainer, but I thought I'd bring it up anyways. I also wanted to bring up another thing. The gamification of the market is the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do, okay? So I just want to, one more thing before I totally forget, but a bunch of boomers are about to die, and when they die, all those stocks that they hold, because boomers held a lot of stocks, right? They're going to get inherited by Gen Xers and millennials, and we fucking game, right? And we gamify shit. And we also we like some stuff, right? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna pull one back real quick. Wow, World of Warcraft. You played World of Warcraft, right?
Unfortunately.
I think a lot of people that might watch this stream have either played it or have heard of it. Well, if you played it, you'll remember there was I forgot what it was called, but there's a few different things. But you could do add-ons to it, and you would change the structure of the HUD that you were looking at, right? And you would use these add-ons, which would be the gamification of WoW, which was already a game. But let's think of WoW as not being a game. Using those add-ons made using WoW better. It made it more efficient. It made you more effective at it, right? I'm not suggesting that people hack, but a wall hack in the stock market wouldn't be a bad thing as long as you didn't get caught.
I was gonna say.
Just saying. Wouldn't hurt.
We're gonna drill that tunnel underneath the New York Stock Exchange just so we can link up.
Yeah.
And get that data just a half a second faster than anyone else.
Yeah, and that's my God. These people bitch about that, but that's the other thing. They're getting addresses right next to the market to be able to literally get just milliseconds timing difference, which is the equivalent of using more expensive gear basically against somebody, or even worse, playing a first-person shooter and one person's got a good speed, good ping, and the other one's got a bad ping.
Yeah.
Now, yes, people with bad ping.
Latency has a lot to do with it, guys.
It does. It does, especially, when you're talking about money. All right, so.
Yeah, and you can make fun of their ping size.
The boomers are dying, right? They're giving over their stocks, and when people inherit stocks, which it won't be me, I'm not inheriting stocks, but other people are inheriting stocks in my generation. People that didn't grow up in the mean streets of East Side La Jolla. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like shit. If we inherited anything and it's been this long since mom passed, dude.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck? Where did it even come from, and why did we live the way we live?
Rather be stolen. Yeah, exactly. So, but there are a lot of other people that are going to be inheriting stocks that have just been sitting there for a long time. And sure, they got like 200% gains and stuff or whatever it is over a long period of time. But this is what I know. There's a very good probability that a lot of those people inheriting those stocks are not going to look at it and go, oh, UBS is running my account. Oh, okay. UBS is great. I love UBS. But a lot of people in my generation are going to be like, let's go ahead and cash those out real quick. I'll pick my own.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
at the very least, they'd be calling the broker, a lot more often, going like, hey, bro, let's change this thing
What's
over.
your Discord? I'm gonna DM you.
Yeah, get me on your Discord, bro.
I need these quick fixes.
Yeah. And they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
sorry, you gotta kick rocks. Your dad or mom was great. They didn't call me for 5 years, or they called me twice a year.
I still got the rotary
I still have the Kodak
phone
stock
hooked up over on the wall. I still haven't plugged it in, but they haven't called me in years.
He's like, can you fax me those questions real quick?
Yeah.
If for those of you that don't know what a fax machine is.
And you need a subject line as well. And don't forget, I'm going to need a hard copy on vinyl.
Yes. And if you can get those TPS reports to me on vinyl, fuck.
I mean,
so
if you prefer, we could just go back to floppy, but vinyl just sounded cooler in the moment.
Yes, it's actually a great idea. A long time ago, data was actually stored on vinyl, so it did happen at one point. It's also stored on cassette recorders. The first data that I ever stored was actually it was on a disc, I think. But then the second data was on a no, because I was recording anyways.
Floppy,
yes.
man, floppy.
No, cassettes. Because technically, if you're recording music off the radio, you're storing data too.
Oh.
Hey.
That's not how that works.
Close enough. Well, I stored actual data on a cassette tape too, from my Commodore C64 back in the day when I was coding balls that just bounced. It made a noise. Toing, toing. Anyways, so
bouncing balls, got it.
Old people are dying. The old people are dying. The young people are taking over their stocks. Whatever percentage of retail is in the market right now, which some things that I read, I saw estimates of 30%, 25%, currently 17%, somewhere around that range. If that number's right, then you got the natural progression of people coming into the stock market. And in addition to that, you got the old people dying every day, handing over their stocks to a younger generation, the next generation, if you will. And they are now trading in a different manner. And so retail, I think, is about to be, because people always say, well, retail can't move the market. I don't know. I think we've kind of already seen that it can, at least in small spots, and I think we're going to see that more and more. And if it is or is going to become 30% of the market, I don't know how the fuck 30% of something couldn't move. They can at least move it by 30% if everybody did the same thing. And the more you gamify the market, which I think it should be gamified. I know there are a lot of people who don't think that, but there are a lot of people that didn't think that it should be done digitally a long time ago. And progression's progression. Deal with it.
So speaking of, gaming the market, guys and girls, this is why we started our contest.
That's right.
Now, our contest is more on the lines of a giveaway. It's for you guys to get in on the game, but also to do something nice. The stipulations of the giveaway: do something nice for a family member. It's free. It's easy. I don't care if doing something nice is slapping him on the back of the head and being like, dude, you're being an idiot. At least now they know, and you did the due diligence of preventing them from doing something stupid.
We are not financial advisors, and we do not promote violence.
I mean, we promote violence. Buy all! But anyways, all you got to do is do something nice. Become a member of the due diligence community by subscribing to the channel, and you can even get a bonus entry by joining in on our Discord and having additional conversations there. Now, what the contest entails is we are doing two different ones. At 100 subscribers, we're giving away $10 in Dogecoin. Yeah, it's a lot of money to play in the game. At 1,000 subscribers, we're giving away $100 of Dogecoin, so you guys can experience what the game is. And once you have it, it's yours. If you decide to cash it out afterwards, that's entirely your decision. But you get to experience the game and see how addicting these skill-based levels can be. But also, it's just a way for us to kind of, make sure that we get to know you guys, have fun. I mean, make sure that we're providing that due diligence for what you're looking for. Because again, we're here not to be a financial advisor, because obviously we're not, even though we're going to recommend that you buy all.
Buy all.
But we're here to make sure you guys are getting the due diligence and that we're as honest as possible. I mean, that's what we're here for. Is we are here to pick at everything, and that's why, of course, I definitely wanted to make sure that we're going over the contest. Giveaway. It's not even a contest. It's giveaway. I don't know why I keep saying contest. But maybe I'm just saying contest because I want you to go slap your brother. I don't know. Something.
Hit somebody.
Anyways, yeah.
Somebody hit somebody. Somebody throw a chair right now.
Yeah, do it. We are not responsible for any of your actions or what you decide to do. Buy all.
We're just not responsible is the term you're looking for.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. See, I didn't know where to end the statement there, but I know that you should buy all and hit someone with a chair. All right, cool. So yes. Moving up from the contest in Doge, and the infamous game of Robinhood and stocks and the Robinhood IPO, our next category is shortages, commodities and shortages, ladies and gentlemen. Because if you haven't been paying attention, did you guys know that we're in a ketchup shortage?
Yep.
Did you guys know that we're in a milk shortage? Did you guys know that we're in a gasoline shortage?
We're in an oat milk
that people
shortage.
Are like, oat milk?
Oat milk.
Goat milk?
No, these people are serious, man, about oat milk. I don't know what they're doing. It's kind of scary.
So it's oat milk. Who cares? It's oat milk. It's not real milk.
The latest supply chain shortage to hit the food industry and comes after the ingredient's steady rise in popularity over the past year. According to Nielsen data, U.S. oat milk sales grew 138% in that time period. Whatever. It's oat milk. This is Oatly. They sell oat milk, and they just IPO'd the other day, literally days ago. Kind of a quiet IPO. They IPO'd right after a major oat milk shortage occurred. Coincidence? I think so. So, right, I think there's going to be a milk shortage. I think I've made that clear in the Discord. No, milk. I think we're going to have a milk shortage. That's me. Now, here's some things that we know, right? Ketchup, you mentioned. Oat milk, Oatly. Does it go up due to the oat milk shortage, or is the oat milk shortage? Who knows? Anyways, I also think that there's going to be a bottled water shortage. I'm not as confident in the bottled water. And keep in mind, I don't think there's necessarily going to be a milk shortage. I think there's going to be a dairy shortage. So this includes cheese. And that's why I was looking at Kraft earlier, but I can't find it.
So here's a list for people as well, though. These are 17 everyday products that are now facing shortages since COVID. First of all, chlorine.
Yep. That's look. They've been pushing Leslie's over on Benzinga for a long time due to the chlorine shortage, and it was way before the shortage actually, I think, was public anywhere. Like I didn't see anything about it, and so when I read that too, I was like, oh my god.
Funny.
I've been in and out of this one.
So then we got chlorine, and then obviously the one that everybody knows that it's slowly coming back because the pipeline's active, but gasoline. People hopefully aren't still idiots and trying to fill up. Oh my god, I saw people trying to fill up laundry baskets with fucking holes in them.
That's bullshit. Gasoline. That had to have been staged.
I know it had to have been staged, but you know what? Given that I saw the idiots putting them in freaking Walmart recyclable bags.
That was probably real.
That probably was. Apparently, there's a shortage in rental cars. Okay. All right. Chicken wings.
Chicken. We talked about the chicken shortage and the chicken wing shortage.
Chicken shortage.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh
Tyson,
my
by the way, is
God.
still doing good,
No!
I think. What is it?
Bacon and hot dogs.
Yeah, pork. Remember the slaughter of the pork right now? USDA.
About that as well, but come on.
I know,
But when
bacon.
it says bacon and hot dogs, I mean, when you say pork, you're just like, meh. But then you say bacon, a man's best friend.
Yeah,
not
there's
dogs.
a shortage of bacon.
Hot dogs.
Yeah. And the shortage in bacon's probably going to get worse due to the slaughtering rules. So anything else involved with it, you already got to contend with. And then in addition, you're going to make it harder for them to slaughter and make me bacon.
Weasel West, welcome to the due diligence community, by the way. Thank you. And then we also have this is kind of a no-brainer in my opinion, given everything that happened with COVID, and there's a shortage of oxygen.
What? Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And no, ladies and gentlemen, we're not talking about go outside, breathe the air, oxygen. We're talking about
there's a shortage of that too.
Oxygen. You get at the hospitals and in the air tanks. But yes, there obviously is. We're going to start selling canned air, like in Spaceballs. Shipping containers, probably because that Freightliner still had some down in that canal when it was stuck. Let's see. There's also a blood shortage.
Yep.
New cars. That makes sense given the chips. We talked about
chip
this.
Shortage.
We talked about this, the chip shortage and the cars and how it's affecting it.
Mm-hmm.
This we have also talked about lumber.
Yep. Hey, and I would like to, if I could interrupt real quick. Look, yeah. I happen to be pretty deep in construction arena sector in general. And when the talk about housing market due to lumber prices, and I was like, fuck that, it's bullshit, lumber, whatever, it goes up, it goes down, so what? And I was wrong. I would just like to say that I'm a fucking moron, and not only was I wrong, but from what I hear, it's not over, and it's not going to be over until like the end of the year. We're getting price increases on certain things on a weekly basis. The cost right now is 1, 2, hold on, 1, 2, 3, like 12 times higher, I think, approximately on some stuff that we're paying for than we were paying for before, and it's going to continue to rise.
The average cost of a new single family home has increased by almost $36,000 because of the
lumber. And it's not just lumber, plastic. So if you think you're going to go from lumber over to plastic on some stuff, like I was looking at maybe getting some ducks, and I was like, well, we can't, we're not going to build one. Maybe we'll get a plastic doghouse.
This is why the companies that we looked at that did the 3D building of the houses with the cement stuff, guys.
Yep.
Good investments potentially. Next one up past lumber is I didn't know this one, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Looks like pet food.
Battery low.
The world went to the dogs in 2020. Literally, families and individuals coped up to their homes and suddenly decided they wanted canine companionship, which created shortages of adoptable hounds in some parts of the country. However, the new pet-related shortage has now emerged. The stores are finding it difficult to
charging battery
on the shelves. Apparently, I didn't know that there was a large spike in people adopting pets during COVID.
Oh, you did?
Charging battery.
Well, I don't go outside, so I mean, people, they're scary. Why did
battery low
on the list? COVID-19 vaccine, number 12. Of course, there's a shortage. They're still fucking making it. Number 13. The asking price for newly listed homes has continued to reach records, making homes in shortage because they're unaffordable, in my opinion, with a short supply of homes on the sale being a key contributing factor. Oh, apparently there's a lack of homes for sale.
Charging battery.
They're increasing in price, and there's a shortage. Next up would be aluminum
battery low.
cans.
Oh, my God.
Mic off.
oh my God, good, or oh my God, you dropped something? But aluminum cans, let's take a look at this. So, like so many things in the pandemic, aluminum suddenly has become scarce. That it has become a problem for companies that sell beverages in aluminum cans. Hey, maybe we're going to go back to glass containers, eh? Like that'd be, let's say, both Ball Corp and Molson Coors, two of the world's biggest aluminum can producers, say that they are struggling to keep up with demand. Daniel Fisher, Ball Corp president, fears the problem will last at least into 2023. That's,
Mic on.
You're going to have to go on without me for a little bit. I'm trying to fix a microphone issue because my headset needs to
Charging
charge.
battery.
And so it's going into the stream and saying it's charging battery every time I move.
You're fine.
Mic off. Charging battery.
I wonder if there's companies that we should probably look at for you guys for the due diligence in the aluminum field, because, I mean, shit, maybe we should just call up an aluminum plant and be like, hey, you guys got stock? You guys got supplies? Really? Okay, I guess I didn't see this one. Pickle jars, number 15. When Burger King decided to roll out the new hand-breaded chicken sandwich, it found itself in, well, a pickle. Shortage of pickles means that the sandwich may make its debut a little late. Okay, so there's just a pickle shortage because there's a shortage of pickle jars. I mean, is Ball mason jars not available for these people to purchase? I mean, I haven't got out to buy, mason jars. Oh, hey, well, here you go. This is something that, me and a few others were talking about the other day. The high seas are one place that the virus will have a hard time finding you, assuming that you don't end up on a cruise ship. But sailing out your watery paradise has gotten tougher during the pandemic. So apparently, boats are in a shortage, ladies and gentlemen. So if you were looking to sell, it's a good opportunity for you to sell your boat right now, it appears. Boat sellers throughout Florida report waiting list for new watercrafts. Wow. Who sells new boats? Let's see. Eggman Marine, Port Charlotte, Florida, told the local newspaper in February that new orders could take 4 to 6 months to be delivered. Lack of key supplies, the surging demand once again.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you yet.
In Indianapolis told Bicycle Magazine, if customers were to order a new bike today, the earliest we would likely receive it is December. That's nuts. Let's see. If you're looking for a $300 to $400 bike, it probably doesn't exist. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can finally hear you.
Okay. So, did you know there's a bicycle shortage?
No, that's not one that I came across.
Did you know there's a boat shortage?
Yes, I was aware of the boat shortage. Yes. Mm-hmm. New and used.
And did you know there's a pickle jar shortage?
No. What?
Yeah.
Too many people making their own pickles, or?
Yeah, and apparently one of the new sandwiches that Burger King was wanting to come out with a ham-breaded chicken sandwich, also associated pickles. And because there's a pickle jar shortage, there's a shortage of pickles. So I don't know. And then so this one earlier that I was reading, aluminum cans.
Oh my God, I lost you.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this broadcast to bring you technical difficulties by our co-host as he attempts to wear a Bluetooth headset and doesn't know how to use technology.
I can't hear you.
He cannot. We are not financial advisors. Do not take our advice. Hit somebody with a chair. Anyway.
Oh my God. Can you hear me now?
Can I hear you now? No,
I'm having
I
the
can't.
worst time here.
You probably should have charged your headset. See this,
I
ladies
had
and
it
gentlemen,
charged.
this
It was
is
green.
why.
It was charged.
This is why
Said
I
it
have
was
a
charged.
wired headset
No.
because
No.
let me explain. Because you get reduced clarity with wireless headsets. They're shit. They have
You
to
mean
be
with
recharged,
wireless?
and they're shit.
No.
And
No.
they're just bad, and they're bad for the environment. You know why? Because
I don't like the environment.
dirty. They're dirty. Let me explain how they're dirty. All right, you got this gamer dude, like he's just gaming. He's enjoying himself. He's got his wireless heads on. Fuck, I gotta pee. He gets up. He goes to the bathroom. He pees. He washes his hand. He didn't wash his headset, and he took it with him to the bathroom. They're
Well,
filthy.
at least he didn't take his streaming cam into the bathroom. That'd be
How do
awkward.
we know? He could have been wearing a GoPro.
Yeah, on his head. That's how he streams.
What's the sound of that streaming water? I don't know, chat. It's weird.
So we have covered all the shortages, right?
Oh, well, this was 17 everyday products that are now facing a shortage.
Perfect. Now, since you looked that up, I want you to consider something. We have a variety of different reasons why. Did it say why a lot of these things were actually shortages right now? Or did it mainly just say this is what we're short and you're out of luck?
Primarily because
don't panic sales. Someone's going to panic buy bicycles right now. Someone's going to be hoarding bicycles.
Well,
So
even this one company said that if you bought a bicycle from them, they wouldn't have it until May or December. So,
it is May.
Yeah,
May
this
next
was
year?
in the fall. So,
okay.
But,
so a lot of this stuff was down because of COVID, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely assuming that the production was down due to COVID because there was a spike in purchases of all these products during COVID, except for the whole chlorine thing. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that because of the reduced production and the places that were still open, like gyms that had pools, even though they didn't have people there, they still had to clean the pools. YMCAs, all those things. Could be why there was a shortage in reference to, the chlorine. But that one didn't say. Let me see. Does this article specify?
Well, one thing for sure that caused shortages is...
Okay, hold on. Sorry. Let me interrupt you here. The chlorine supplies are running low due to a fire at a chemical plant in Louisiana last August.
Oh, shit.
That was damaged by Hurricane Laura. As a result, prices for the tabs have skyrocketed. A quick look at Amazon shows that the 50-pound bucket of 3-inch chlorine tablets from the Swim brand cost as much as $169.99, about double its normal cost right now. That explains chlorine. There was a fire in the pool supply store. No, chemical plant. All right. Fair enough.
Sorry. There. Yeah. So the thought that I just had that I want to keep an eye on now is Biden's meeting with the FEMA or some nonsense about a hurricane that was already named, and we got more hurricanes than normal. And so one thing that I do want to check on, the note that I just wrote, was basically this list of stuff that's already in short supply. So it's a combination. These are things that I'm looking at. Things that are currently already listed as being in short supply, right? One. Two, things that we experienced shortages in during COVID. So when COVID happened and we had all those shortages occur, right? One of them was milk. That's why milk's on my radar. Even though I guess they've been doing production, so my thesis is not panned out so far, but still holding on to it. In addition to that, if chlorine was also is part of the shortage because it was affected by a hurricane last August. Well, guess what? We got a bunch of hurricanes coming in from now, I guess. It's supposed to be next month, I think, but from now until August. So there's a few, like a little extra time and additional time on hurricanes. So areas where, let's say if milk was mainly produced in a hurricane danger zone, then I'd be even more worried about milk. It's not. It's Iowa. We established, right? Iowa. No, that's corn. It's probably Iowa for milk too, though. Or Illinois is real big on that. But so things that could possibly be hit in a hurricane zone. If a major
that was
producer
announced.
gets hit during a hurricane, then we got to worry about that. So I'll be keeping my eye on things that are produced out of I guess the Houston kind of area, that whole Gulf, right? Is super dangerous. And
your mic
Florida
sucks balls,
no?
Man. Like,
Did I lose you again?
You must have.
God.
But you're.
Can't take it. I'm just going to the
His
regular
mic is horrible not using his regular mic right now. I can't believe this. So as he was mentioning, while he's figuring out his technological bullshit, Biden doubled the spending of FEMA 3 hours ago, funding for the upcoming hurricanes. So whatever hurricanes are looking as if they're going to potentially hit the U.S. Gulf Coast, we could definitely be seeing an impact in reference to additional shortages. Let's see, official Carolina Hurricanes website opened up the National Hurricane Center 5 hours ago. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th. Let's see. As hurricane season looms, Biden doubles funding to prepare for the extreme weather. Okay. I mean, that's all it's really specifying is that he's just preparing, but I mean, if there was, let's see, from Anna to Wanda, here's a list of tropical storms and hurricane names for 2021. Oh my goodness. Anna, Bill, Claudette, Danny, Elsa, Fred, Grace, Henry, Ida, Julian, Kate.
The hell are you? I can't hear you now. I don't know if anybody can hear you. If there's anybody in chat, let us know if you can hear him or me or anyone. Hold on, cat. Jeez. Fix this.
Mic off, mic on.